Love portable antennas, but I really hate dealing with like wire in general. It's like a cursed plate of spaghetti. So I've made an antenna winder. This one is a little different than the 8 million other versions out there. This one's got a bearing inside and you can adjust how much friction it has. So it runs really smooth. Regular winders are great. The ones that are flat and they're kind of like just putting your hand out like this and weaving it. This works fine, but once you start getting into something a little heavier gauge with a rubber outer and it gets kinks, I don't need to explain this to you. Everybody knows this is a pain in the butt to deal with.
Oh no, whatever shall we do? There's gotta be a better way.
If you roll it up into a winder like this, it suddenly becomes a whole lot easier to manage. I also want people to understand that RSE Line, the line that I sell at my shop, and there will be links below, I wouldn't say is immune to tangling, but you saw like how I just kind of let it go and it just fell apart and laid out flat exactly the way you want. This reel works really well with the stuff. It is very easy to manage. And like I said, there's links down below for the RSE Line if you want to get some. 300-pound breaking strength antenna wire that is like dealing with shoelaces. It's pretty cool stuff. I hopped into Onshape where I do all my CAD and I started designing this up. And it's loosely based off of a fly fishing reel. It doesn't have the ratcheting system in it, but it does have a bearing in it. And why did I put a bearing in it? Well, it moves a lot smoother. It might add a little bit of weight, but it's so notional that you would never notice. And using the idea of a fly fishing reel, with this screw, I can tighten it up so that it is a little more friction or a little less friction just to get to where you want it. And it feels good. It's like a fidget spinner. Most of us are on the spectrum anyway, so it's always good to have a fidget spinner with you. To adjust the friction on this guy is as simple as your screwdriver into that and tightening it up. I've also added a little handle here that spins really nice. I like it. It just feels right. If you think it's not what I should have on here and I should just have a thumb dent, let me know in the comments down below. Here's a quick assembly of this. First, attach the handle assembly with a screw. And next you'll notice that the center pin is made of two parts, and that's for a couple of reasons. Is that when you push the screw up in there, it wedges out into the bearing and everything else that you have. It also allows for a much more structurally sound 3D print, and it turns out to be a whole lot easier to print this way anyways. Next is to get the bearing and put it inside one of the two spool halves, clamp down the second spool half, and place that into the main body of the reel and push it down. Throw in the little spacer that I have there just to make sure things don't wobble too much. A nylon washer just to get that smooth feel when you add some tension to it. And screw the cap down. You're done. If you want to get the 3D files for this, I'm going to release them through Patreon and through my email list. That way, when I do updates on this, I can let you know. Here's a little tip for some of you guys, is if you join my Patreon, you will get monthly coupon for things like $25 off or 10% off, and you'll be able to use that at vfcoms.com for any of your orders, so you can get yourself some RSE Line to go with the reel that you're about to print. This is one of those accessories that doesn't help your signal any, but it reduces the frustration of trying to deploy an antenna and to get yourself on air.